Anyway, now it is come. Okay. We missed 15-20 minutes. You ought to be blamed. So, the first statement you must make. I am. The one who has chosen this experience. Peace with that. No flinging fingers at anyone. He did it, she did it, they did it. My grandmother, my grandfather, my ancestors, in my DNA and all. Out. I am the one who has chosen this experience. Now, you are here and Doreen is here because she has chosen this experience. No. So, she was an instrument. Lee was an instrument. She said, okay, but she made a choice. She cannot say, I don't know why Lee called me. Then she's become a victim of Lee. But if she says, whatever the class is, whether there's fun or no fun, I am going to say that I chose it. Then you become a master of your life. When you blame others, you are handing the key of your life to others and say, you are running my life, idiot. When will you stop running my life? No. You have given them the key. So they are running your life because you love to play the victim game. You do not know how powerful this game of victimhood is to our lives. Then, I alone interpret all the experiences of my life. So let me go here and give you something. Life is not what happens to you. Life is how you interpret everything that happens to you. Life is your interpretation. Not what happens to you, but how you interpret that. I have a beautiful example from my mom. Those days, 50, 60 years back, okay, she was a diabetic, like as I am now. And that time there was no good medication and all. So she used to go to see the doctor. And every time she went to see the doctor, she took a nice cake, homemade cake, or some pickles from made in Goa, something which she had made. And everybody saying, you're going to see the doctor, you're going to pay him, no? Yeah, but nobody loves him. So she used to go with a special, homemade, hand-treated, organic stuff for the doctor. And periodically she used to be admitted in hospital. And in India, the hospital, once you enter the hospital, you are there for 1 or 2 weeks, not like here. You can go in the morning, come back in within 2 hours. There's no such thing as insurance, at least it was not that time. So whenever she went to the hospital, the nurses and all used to wait for her. Because she used to go and make them all happy. She used to go to each of the other beds and say, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you? And to everybody she used to just say one word, how are you? I'm fine. Then what the heck are you doing in a hospital? That's that example I learned because she interpreted her life by saying, whatever I feel, I have decided to feel good. That's my decision. I have decided to feel good. So you can abuse me and say Father Nelson is a satanic monster. Okay, I have decided to feel good. But if I have decided to react, then the whole problem goes out. So there's a difference between reaction and a responsive. To react means to be a machine. Somebody says, your dress looks nice today. Hey, you got a horrible dress. And you see, just a word from someone makes me, oh, so I am a puppet to smile because you said something good and to frown when you said something bad. That's my interpretation. You said, so whether you say something good, okay, your dress doesn't look good today. Yeah, I didn't realize. Thank you for telling me. End of story. So, life is not what happens to you. Life is your interpretation of it. And throughout our life, we interpret everything that happens to it, and that is called throwing pebbles into the pool of our awareness. Our interpretation, that should not have happened, this should not have happened, here you go. And it goes, come back in reality. I am the one who gives value to everything around me. I give value to the weather. How's the weather? Good, okay, or bad, okay. Who cares? A decision has to be made where the weather will not influence my interpretation. The weather for me will always be good. Even if it is freezing, I have decided to interpret freezing as good. I have decided to interpret humidity as good. One thing I learned when I came to the USA was so many conversations begin with, "Hi father," very humid today, no? I never had that experience in the first 65 years of my life. Anybody's asking, oh father, nice monsoon here, no, it's raining cats and dogs. We never talked about it. You come and you hear like constant grumbling about the weather. And even when don't you feel good? Yeah, nice for a walk. Okay, so when it is bad, they feel bad. When it is good, they feel good. And they have to like tell everyone about it. So they also feel bad with them or they feel good with them. So we don't react, we respond. Except, my dear friends, that you have played the game of victimhood, you have played the game of abandonment, you have played the game of being treated by bullies, you have played the game of not being good enough, attractive enough, powerful enough, financially enough. You have played this game and many other games. Are you going to play this game till you drop dead? Or are you going to tell yourself, enough is enough, this game stops? So every time you get that thing of, I'm abandoned, you get that feeling, nobody treats me well. See, that's a game I am playing. If you are playing the game, then you can change the game. Nobody is forcing you to play the game, except you yourself. And by calling all these pebbles back home, this pool becomes empty, and then you throw new pebbles inside. And the greatest pebble I would like you to throw, which I found very happy in my life, is the pebble of the Father and I are one. Put that pebble over and over and over and over again. I am God's child. I am not unworthy. I am God's child. I am not abandoned. God lives with me. He comes to me in the form of Holy Communion. He comes to me in the form of the breath of air. He comes to me. God created me like Himself. These are powerful rocks which you must keep on throwing and throwing and throwing and throwing till your whole awareness is only filled with that. So you have to, what is called, drain the swamp. The swamp of your the awareness that is smelling so bad that you yourself want to run away from yourself. So the way you choose to run your awareness is the way you choose to run your life. So how does life run? Life runs from here. Life runs from what you have put inside. Life runs now from what you want to take it out and what you want to put inside. There is no such thing as karma. Oh, that is my karma. No, there is no such thing as karma. You have the choice to get rid of it. What is karma? Karma is saying, is putting that rock inside and it goes there and it comes back. That is karma. So there's a cause and there's an effect. But if there is a cause, you can change the effect. Because you are the cause. If you are the cause, you can change the effect. So are you going to change it? Nobody is going to do it for you. And you know when you will change it? When you have really begun to love yourself as nobody has loved you before. Then you will tell yourself, I can't live with this stink. When you don't love yourself, then you are okay to live with the stink. How long are you ready to live with the stink? Is how long you are willing to not love yourself. Let us see again another example. You go to a person's house, you enter the house and you find that on the chair there is some shirt there. You go to sit on the sofa, the dog is there. You go to the table, the cat is looking at you. So, what do you think of that house? That the person who lives in the house really care for the house, love the house, or you go to another house and you feel welcome just by seeing everything. So the house is your awareness, and are you going to, because you have to live in your own house, get that true for you. Your awareness never dies. It was not created to die. The huge pebble that we need to throw into our pool is, I and the Father are one. I would like you to throw that for the next 1 year. Just that pebble, so that the other pebbles finally get lost. And ask yourself over and over again, am I just saying it like a mantra, or am I experiencing it? So there are 3 levels of this. So one is the thought, I and the Father are one. Okay, the thought. And all of you have that thought. Now the thought is translated into words. I and the Father. So we keep on saying the words. Now the words have to go lower. Words have to be translated into feelings and emotion. Now begin to feel. So after saying the words 5 times, 20 times, 100 times, 200 times, you have to begin to feel. That's why sometimes when I say the Mass, I said, instead of saying let us call to mind our sins, I said let us experience the presence of God. Let us experience. Many of us have faith in God, but most of us have never experienced Him. All of us have faith. And faith causes a lot of issues. My faith is bigger than yours, my faith is deeper than yours, I go to church every Sunday, you la 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 la. So, but the one who has experienced God is full of grace. The one who has experienced God never talks about it. The one who has experienced God really knows. And I pray that you get into this mode of life where you will begin to know that the Father and you are one. You know now in your mind, you know in your words, but feeling and emotion. And the final thing is living as if the Father and you are one. So, which is more real? Or can it ever be disproved that God and you are one? Nobody can separate you from the love of God. Nobody, not even you yourself. God is your source. I give you those examples. Where does the sun end and the sunbeam begin? Where does the ocean end and the wave begin? Where does God end and you begin? That is the intimacy we have. Can you break the link between the sunbeam and the sun, the wave and the ocean? So therefore the link between you and God can never be broken. But the idiots that we are, we can pretend it is broken and live that way. And fight reality with our own stupid belief systems. So, because of that, because of I and the Father equal to one, there are some lessons to be learned from that. Or whatever experience you have undergone, the experience of unworthiness, the experience of abandonment, the experience of brutality, etc., etc., whatever experience you have undergone, experiences do not define you. The experience you had do not define you. What defines you? Your relationship which never ends. With whom? With your source. That is your definition. So if that is your definition, now you remove this definition, I am a victim, and put another definition, I am God's child. Remove that victim, I am unworthy, and put another definition, I define myself as God defines me. Change the definitions that you have had of yourself. So, no valuation you have ever made of yourself is true. The only valuation that is true is the valuation that God has for you. So every time you say, I'm a smuck and I'm a this or I'm a that, or you say even to others, step back and say, why am I saying that? Let me ask my source. How does he value me? And you'll hear him screaming, you're my beloved daughter in whom I'm well pleased. Wow. That's the only shout that God gives for everyone. you're my beloved child in whom I'm well pleased, you're my beloved child, I'm well pleased. But we have decided to say, I'm unworthy, I'm unworthy, Let's move from there. No crime, no sin, no frustration, no bad things, nothing can separate you from God. Nothing. Can we therefore uh, leave God alone and stop blaming Him for all the nonsense that we have put into our awareness and take responsibility and say, now with His help, and then He will say, if you are ready to do that, I am okay. I was reading somewhere, you know what God's way of talking with us. So you go and tell God, you know, I'm going to change. And God will reply, yes, you're going to change. When you say, I'm going to be good, God will say, yes, you're going to be good. And then you say, you know, I'm unworthy. And God will say, yes, you are unworthy. Then you say, I don't know what's going on with my life. And God will say, yes, you don't know what's going on with your life. Imagine, for everything that you sow, He echoes the same thing back because He doesn't want to break your heart and go opposite to you. So God says yes to everything. So if you say, I'm a liar, God will say, yes, you're a liar. If you say, I'm God's child, God will say, yes, you're my child. But everything you say about yourself, God agrees. Try to get that. God never fights with you. He never says that you're wrong. He never judges you. So your judgment is right. If you say you're a smoke, yes, you're a smoke. So who's to be blamed? So another pebble you have to put into your awareness is, I am constantly creating myself. I am constantly creating my life. And every moment now is creating my future. Every moment I am creating my own future. So don't go to God and say, give me a happy life. I deserve a happy life. God will say, yes, you deserve a happy life. And you say, but I'm having a bad life. And God will say, yes, you're having a bad life. Can you see the joke of it? So rather than say, open my eyes, Lord, to see and to discover the stinking mess of my being without feeling bad about it. I did it, and now I have thank you for giving me the power to undo it. Then God will say, and now I will come to your help. So I need help. Yes, you need help. I'm shouting out to you to give me help. Yes, you're shouting out to me to give you help. That's all goes on. That's our prayers. So, some of the other things that I would like you to drop into the pool of your awareness. You see, so I get up in the morning, I turn on my bed, sit down on the edge, take out the bed sheet and whatever is covering me, put my feet on the ground. That's my ritual. And I say, the first 50 people whom I see today, I'm going to give them all the love. Or next day I will say, send me at least 10 people who will irritate me today. So he sent me 3 or 4. I said, that was good, but I didn't get irritated. So you put the challenge for yourself in a day, and so you are now saying, I'm managing my day. No, see, I don't get up in the morning. I used to get up in the morning and say, I hope this is a good day. And God will say, I also hope it's a good day. No, I have decided that this day I'm going to, to go to the Montessori children and put my hand on their head and feel good about it. I go to the Montessori children, put my hand on their head, pat them and all, and they look at me, I look at them. I feel good about it, end of the day, end of my day, finished. The rest of the day carries on. So you have to make some kind of decision every morning, that is, throw that pebble into that. To how many people can I smile today? You decide, I am going to smile at one person, or 2%, or 10%, whether they know you or they don't know you. If there is nobody there, smile at the dog. But you have to do that, not because the dog is going to smile back. So you have decided to smile, whether they smile back or not, whether they frown at you or not, whether they notice or not. I want to smile, and it doesn't depend on you. Can you see, now you're becoming a mastery of your life, whereas the first one was, I'm a victim. Yeah, I smile but nobody smiles back. You're a victim, be happy to be a victim. I don't care, I'm going to smile, I don't care, I don't care. So another thing, if you're going to the office and all, I'm going to share a piece of pie with so-and-so, Angelina, or with Anthony, or whoever it is. Decide that. Because, so you decide, for example, this Anthony or Angelina has been, you have been a victim of this person in your office. Now decide not to be a victim and play the positive game. I and the Father are one. So I give her a piece of the Father by giving her a part of my lunch. End of story. Whether she likes it or doesn't like it, whether she quietly goes and throws it out, I don't care. I did it because I decided to do it. Who cares what reaction? We wait for other people's reaction, and that's another big headache. Another thing you could do. Okay, today is salary day. I'm going to get my salary today. How much of it can I give? Can I give out of love to this person, particular person, to First Holy Communion of this child, to birthday of this person? What is? My salary is coming, and I am going to do that. I'm financially okay. How will I show love to someone? Can you see? Now we are changing this whole damn thing here, and becoming and churning it and becoming more awake and alive. So, another thing you could say, today I will play the role of a peacemaker. I will bring about peace between me and my aunt. I will bring about peace between those two people who are fighting. I will go and speak to both. And don't bother whether you succeed or not. To succeed or to fail is a gift of the ego. But to just do it, to allow God to work through you, there is no success, there is no failure. In His own time, the results will show, and you are not bothered about the results. Imagine a life in which you are not bothered about the results because you didn't do it in the first place. Loading something going inside must be difficult, no? You're getting it?
I think it's great.
Oh wow, that's good. Thank you very much. So, I would like you, maybe when you go home today, in the 7-day week, part will be aware of the rocks that you have put into you. So rocks of abandonment, unworthiness, of hurt, of traumas, of abuse, I don't know, all this jealousy, all these rocks that are there. I'm useless, I'm nobody. You have these rocks. Be aware, or ask the Holy Spirit, bring to my awareness one event. And as that event comes into your awareness, just embrace it, hug it, kiss it, and tell that you have been inside me for a long time. I think it's time for us to part ways. Bye. And with love, gently let that rock disappear into the fire of your love. The B part will be 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not in your this is to be open to whatever the Holy Spirit awakens inside you. Other part is now your decision. Today I will smile at 5 people. Today I will bring peace to someone. Today I will share my lunch with someone. So can you see, you're starting your day with a good and a powerful intention. So what are you saying in short, behind all these actions that you're going to do? That is what you're saying to all this person with the action. And love is God. So what are you doing? You're sharing the God in you with others around you. You become a sharer of God. What more you want to do, my dear sisters and brothers? What more greater mission do you have than to share God with others? Through the simple way of smiling, of patting somebody's head, of having a good opinion, withdrawing the bad opinions, taking out from your life, they should know, they, them, all those things, and becoming the victim. So, this is where we are. With this, imagine, you begin to think as God thinks. You begin to think lovingly. You begin to think patiently. You're not worried whether the other person changes or not. You begin to think positively. And in all these things, be very careful. Don't bother about the results. The moment you bother about the results, your ego has stepped in and driven God out. Leave the results to Him. The ego wants the results so that it can be satisfied and say, I did it, and shake the butt vigorously. I did it. No. So, that's it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much, Father. Thank you.
Father, what happened to the AC?
It's in the other room.
Oh.
There is. We removed this AC and we put a big one there. Last week you didn't see.
No,
Ah,
I
you
listened
did.
to you on the.
You didn't come last week. Okay, okay.
But did you see
I'll
it?
show
Did
you.
you
Wait.
watch the video?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. You're good. Just watch it.
See also.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you, bye everybody,
So,
have a great weekend.
see you next week, same time, same place, same face.
Can't wait.
That's something my father always says. They. Who's they?
Yeah.
We should say that the
I always
who are those they people?
Because I always said they're doing it, so I did it.
Yeah.
Who's them?
So this is Darlene.
Hi.
Who?
Darlene.
Darlene, nice to meet you.
Okay, I said Dory.
That's okay.
That's not
Really nice to
I don't know.
She
comes from
yes.
Okay, but we have met.
You know
We have
Natalia,
met.
remember Natalia?
Yeah,
She's an
that
older
I
sister,
know.
Natalia's mother.
Okay, okay.
Now you got it.
Yeah. Okay, now I got it. She's a nice girl.
She is a
Like,
nice girl.
like the mother, I think.
Thank you. She just got her driver's license
Ooh,
last
wow.
yesterday.
Congratulations. told me that.
So Bob and Nelson, watch out when you walk down the street.
Yeah, they drive.
Yeah, they drive. Oh, they drive. Oh, yeah. They drive.
They
Thank you
drive
so
fast.
much.
Thank you, that's awesome.
I will see you tomorrow.
For what? Ah, yes. Okay, Ephraim. One question I have to ask you.